Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the secrets hidden in plain sight within company filings. Today, we're diving into Forward Industries Incorporated's latest report, a filing that might just tell a story of a company trying to navigate some tricky agreements. This is a current report, which means something important has happened that the company needs to tell the public right away. Think of it like a company announcing a big event or a significant change in its operations. The key date here is the 10th of October 2025. This is when the main event discussed in this report actually took place. So the company in question is Forward Industries Incorporated. If you're familiar with them, you might know they're involved in the industry of manufacturing and marketing electronics accessories. Looking at where their stock is traded, their common stock, with a par value of 1 cent per share, trades under the ticker symbol FORD on the Nasdaq Capital Market. This is where you'd go if you wanted to buy or sell shares of the company. Now, let us get to the heart of the filing item 1.01 tells us about a significant agreement the company entered into. This is usually where the juicy details are because it involves contracts and commitments. On that important date, the 10th of October 2025, Forward Industries Incorporated, which we LL just call the company for simplicity, signed something called a waiver and consent. This means they got permission to do something that might have otherwise been a problem, or they re-agreeing to change the terms of an existing deal. What they waived is something called the filing date. This sounds like a specific deadline related to another agreement, likely about making important documents public. In simpler terms, they got an extension. So, the big takeaway here is that the company needed to file a registration statement, which is a document that tells investors about securities that are being sold, with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC for short. This filing had a deadline, and thanks to this waiver and consent, they bought themselves more time. They now have an extra 60 days after something called the closing date to get this filing done. This suggests there might have been a delay or a previous issue that needed addressing before they could meet the original deadline. Now, for the really important part, the exhibits. These are the actual documents mentioned in the report. This is Exhibit 10.1, the actual waiver and consent document itself, dated the 10th of October 2025. This document likely lays out the specifics of the agreement and the reasons for the waiver. And here is Exhibit 10.2, the Registration Rights Agreement, dated the 6th of September 2025. This agreement is crucial because it seems to be the main document governing the registration statement they are now getting an extension on. It is likely this agreement outlines the rights and responsibilities related to registering securities for sale. The fact that they are referencing an earlier agreement and now need a waiver suggests there might be some complexity or perhaps challenges in meeting the terms of that original registration rights deal. From a Warren Buffett style perspective, we were looking for companies that operate with transparency and fulfill their obligations. This filing shows that Forward Industries Incorporated is dealing with its contractual commitments, even if it requires seeking extensions. The key here is understanding why the extension was needed and what it might imply about the company's ability to execute its plans. A delay in filing registration statements can sometimes hint at underlying issues with the securities themselves, or the company's readiness to bring them to market. However, the fact that they secured this waiver and consent with holders representing over 50.1% of their registrable securities is a positive sign. It means a majority of the key stakeholders are aware and have agreed to the revised timeline, reducing the immediate risk of disputes from that group. What this tells us is that there is a bit of a dance happening between the company and its investors regarding the timing of important disclosures. While getting an extension doesn't necessarily mean bad news, it does mean the company is quite ready to put all its cards on the table, as of the original deadline. We will be keeping an eye on whether they meet this new 60-day deadline to truly understand the situation. The essential lesson here, as always, is that understanding these filings require looking beyond the headlines and into the details of the agreements that shape a company's financial future. Now, looking at this report broadly, Forward Industries Incorporated is dealing with the mechanics of securities transactions, which are critical for their financing and growth strategies. The crucial element here is the delay in their registration statement filing. This isn't just a minor administrative hiccup. It has implications for how quickly the company can potentially issue or allow the resale of its securities. Such delays can sometimes impact investor confidence or market perception if not handled transparently. However, the fact that they have agreements and waivers in place indicates a proactive approach to managing these processes. The core risk here would be if these delays signal deeper, unresolved issues. But for now, it appears to be a matter of process and timing. Alright, that is our breakdown of Forward Industries Incorporated S latest filing. What is your take on these agreements and what they signal for the company, S Future? Do these extensions raise any alarms for you, or do you see them as a normal part of business? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for further discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.